Buongiorno amiciacci!
Come state oggi?
Noi siamo sempre
Nell'umidità.
nello stesso posto, a Tequila,
Boom boom.
in mezzo ai margarita,
Boom, boom.
in mezzo alle piantagioni di agave blu. Nei giorni precedenti siamo andati a visitare le cascate, 3 cascate, e poi ne abbiamo vista una, in realtà
Una e
2,
mezza,
ma la prima non la contavo cascata.
Ci siamo rilassati, abbiamo fatto una semi-esperienza a raccogliere le agave.
E oggi continuiamo proprio quell'esperienza, perché abbiamo visto la procedura sul campo. Adesso invece vogliamo andare all'interno di una distilleria, quindi faremo un tour per vedere il processo di come poi viene trasformata la pigna nel distillato più famoso del Messico.
Insomma, ci andremo a ubriacare, detto in parole povere. Quindi andiamo in ordine. Prima partiremo dalla cittadina di Tequila, la visiteremo, non è grande, quindi ci metteremo poco tempo, e poi andiamo alla distilleria per provare e vedere com'è la produzione della tequila. Boom!
Ok, ce l'abbiamo fatta a parcheggiare. Come
Finalmente.
sempre ci mettiamo tanto tempo perché tutte le cittadine, le vie sono strette, è difficile trovare parcheggi, però ce l'abbiamo fatta, l'abbiamo infilato da qualche parte.
Eccolo lì, adesso siamo pronti ad andare nel centro di Tequila.
Più alta di te, Flecchia!
Hai visto? La portiamo via? Ho trovato la bottiglia alla mia altezza. Siamo arrivati nella piazza di Tequila e nonostante sia un giorno infrasettimanale c'è un sacco di gente, ci sono tutte le distillerie aperte per provare la tequila, un sacco di turisti messicani e un sacco di gente al lavoro. E come vedete alle mie spalle tutti gli uomini, quindi gli hombre, hanno il famosissimo cappello, il sombrero, bellissimo, si vede proprio che siamo in Messico.
Questa è forse la via più bella di tutta Tequila e non è così a caso. Si chiama infatti José Cuervo ed è la via che è stata intitolata e dedicata a colui che ha portato alla luce la tequila, perché la tequila come bevanda risale a tantissimi anni fa, però è stata commercializzata grazie a questa persona e quindi gli hanno dedicato questa via che è ben curata. Infatti proprio questa alle mie spalle è la distilleria della tequila di José Cuervo ed è, pensate, la distilleria più antica ancora in funzione di tutta Tequila.
Grazie. Eccoci, pronti a mangiare le palettine di latte. Buona questa.
Abbiamo preso la paletta al latte per non prendere quella alla frutta per paura che fosse piccante. Il problema è che quella al latte era di uno stomacoso che era una cosa incredibile. Non lo so, cioè secondo me mettono troppo zucchero sui dolci qui in Messico, ma all'estero proprio. Sarà che noi italiani siamo un po' più, non lo so, con il palato fine, non lo so, siamo un po' più esigenti sul cibo. Fatto sta che Fatto sta che non lo so, le palette dobbiamo trovare quella alla frutta perché sono le migliori quando non sono piccanti. E quello è difficile. Difficile.
Ma la prima una volta l'avevamo
Una volta erano,
presa.
sì, una volta l'abbiamo prese e non erano piccanti. Comunque, detto questo, siamo tornati in van come vedete e adesso andiamo in una distilleria. Non abbiamo voluto fare i tour in centro di Tequila perché sono molto più costosi e quindi ci spostiamo un pochettino fuori dalla città dove abbiamo trovato un tour che in teoria costa 50 pesos a persona. Quindi lo andiamo a vedere e se c'è la disponibilità lo facciamo. Siamo arrivati alla distilleria Le Tres Mujeres ed è qui che ci andremo a fare un tour degustazione della tequila. Sarà bello non tanto provare la tequila, ma soprattutto vedere la faccia della Flecchia.
Spottimi.
Adesso andiamo a vedere, sperando che ci siano tour, ci sono tante persone, e andiamo a provare questa tequila.
What's your name?
Cesar.
Cesar.
Caesar. So this is a traditional menstrual oven. We put them by half and we put them inside the oven by one, onto the top. Okay. After that, then we inject the water and steam pressure that is going to bake the pineapples during 48 hours. The pineapple is going to reproduce by itself a natural honey. We need to extract that honey because it is going to get ferment. And in this way is how we get alcohols until the end of the process. So after these 48 hours, we have a milling area, and it is over there, and that's a place where we are going to extract the honey to continue with the process. This is the milling area. We have a destrozadora, or mechanical shredder. It has inside some blades, and that's how we're going to shatter the pineapples. So the first thing to do is to put inside each pineapple into the destrozadora. That's how we separate the honey from the bagazo. What's the bagazo? It is the pulp, the fiber with no juice. Okay, we reuse that pulp for many things, but usually as a natural fertilizer for the agave fields.
Okay.
Or we can also make certain handcraft, like bags, hats, watches,
Really?
things like that. Even cookies. We can reuse the fiber because it is fiber. It is good. Okay, so the honey goes by this tube, and we have a juice container where we measure the level of sugar that the juice has. There are two categories of tequilas. First category, we call it tequila 100% of agave. Second category, mixed tequila. Okay? The 100% of agave is going to have only the agave sweetness of the juice. But a mixed tequila has two different kinds of sugars. The sugar agave and could be another kind of sugar, like sugar cane, for example. Okay? A mixed tequila means that that's the worst tequila that you can find. That's the most commercial and the cheapest tequila. So only get those tequilas to make cocktails. The percentage of sugar that the juice must have is between 12 or maximum 14% of sugar. Okay? So we do not add any kind of sugar, only the agave. And after this, we pump the juice because we need to continue with the fermentation process. Fermentation area, and we have these stainless steel tanks, and each one has a capacity for 10,000 liters. At the end of the process, we're going to get only 20% of white tequila, 200 liters, okay, from these tanks. Okay, why? Because most of the alcohols that are produced here during the process are alcohols that we do not drink. We do not add artificial yeast. It means that whenever the tank is full of the juice, we do not cover it. It is on the environment, because on the environment there are a lot of bacteria, and all of them are going to come into the juice, and after the pass of the hours, it is going to reproduce a natural yeast. As I told you, it eats the sugar and it converts the sugars in alcohols. Okay, most of them are harmful, so we need to separate the one that you drink. It is ethyl. That alcohol is the only one that you can drink from all of those alcohols. Okay, for the separation process, we have the distillation area. It is over there. Finally, this process takes about 8 days, depending on the weather, because the yeast needs a certain temperature to survive and to make the process. Okay? So if it's colder, it is going to take more days, more than 10 days.
What's again the state where you can actually produce the tequila?
it is Jalisco, Michoacán, Tamaulipas, Guanajuato, and Nayarit. In Jalisco, at all of the area. In the other states, only certain places.
Okay. It's outside of those states, it's illegal, right?
Illegal to call it and sell it as tequila.
So they call it mezcal, right?
Could be mezcal, could be pulque. There are more than 205 kinds of agaves in Mexico. So depending on the place where it is a name that it gets.
Okay.
The beverage and the plant. All of this is our distillation area. So it means that here you are going to see tanks and alembics. The alembic has a boiler or a pot and a column. Tequila must have minimum 2 distillations, because if the product has only 1 distillation, you cannot call it tequila. We call mosto to the fermented juice.
Sí.
We pump it and it comes to the alembic number 1. It has a capacity for 5,000 liters. We are going to inject also water at steam pressure and to boil it. Obviously the temperature is going up gradually, but we need it because in this way the alcohols are going to evaporate, but a different order, because each alcohol has different boiling point. Usually the first alcohols that evaporate are the ones that we do not drink, like the methanol or high alcohols. So whenever the alcohols evaporate, they all are going to go up by the column and they are going to get to our coil. What's the coil? That green tube that you can see over there. Okay? In the coil, the steam is going to be cooled down, and it means that it is going to come as liquid again. So we receive those alcohols into this small tank. We're going to separate 3 parts that we get from the distillation: head, tail, and heart. Usually the head and the tail contain the alcohols that we do not need, and the heart, the ethyl, the one that you drink. So the first time it is full, it is a head. The second time, it is a heart, and the third time, the tail. So it means that the heart is the only part that we need, and it is going to go to the alembic number 2. Follow me? We're going to put there the heart, and it is going to receive the second distillation. It's basically the same process, you know? And finally, we get a pure product. We call it now tequila blanco, okay? The white tequila comes into this smaller tank, and remember, we get at the end only 2,000 liters of tequila, okay? At the first distillation, the heart has 33% of alcohol. After the second distillation, the tequila blanco has more than 65%. Okay?
Wow.
So it's stronger, and to sell tequila, a bottle must contain minimum 34 or maximum 55% of alcohol. Each brand of tequila is going to decide the percentage of alcohol that they want. Here in Tres Mujeres, all of our tequilas have 38%. So to reduce the level of alcohol, we add destillated water to our white tequila. We reduce it until 38%, and that's it. If you want to sell white tequila, there's no more process. Actually, after this, it goes to the bottling area. It is over there. We bottle it, and that's
It's ready.
You know? Yeah. But we also have aged tequilas, extra aged tequilas, or ultra aged tequilas. That in
okay.
Spanish is reposado, añejo, or extra añejo. Okay? For those tequilas, the base is the white tequila, but it is going to go first to the barrels. We have a place where we have the barrels. It is our cave, and it is on the ground. So I'll take you to the cave so that I can explain to you better the aging process. Rompope. This is made with eggs, milk, vanilla, macadamia nuts, and 4% of our white tequila. It's really creamy, it's more for digestion.
Ok.
It's like a candy. I don't know if you would like to try it.
Vabbè, il gusto non si sente niente.
How's that?
È buonissimo.
Yeah, right?
È
That's not
buonissimo.
spicy, that's not spicy. This is the largest and biggest cave around tequila and of any distillery. Our cave has a capacity for 5,000 barrels, and it has an extension of 280 meters. This is the only cave that is on the ground on the area. We decided to keep it like that, on the ground, because we need to control certain characteristics, such as the temperature, the humidity, and the light. The capacity of each barrel is for 200 liters, and we can reuse the same barrel many times. It's always oak.
Oak.
Oak. Oak because it absorbs more product and it creates more aromas. But we also have different oaks. We have American, Canadian, and French oak. And the oaks come from other industries. Could be from whiskey, the wine, and each one is going to provide to the tequila different colors and flavors as well. This brand, Cupcake, this is a wine factory, and this is imported from California. From the United States.
Okay.
Finally, to see whether the barrel is full or empty is really easy. You just need to look at the top and see the label. If it's like this, sealed, it is full of tequila. At the entrance, we usually have the younger tequila. It is our reposado, the one that stays in the barrel 10 months. Okay?
Okay.
And when inside, we're going to have obviously the older tequilas. These are añejos and extrañejos, 2 and 5 years.
So what's the most aged tequila you have here? It's 5 years.
5 years.
Like around the area, what's the most?
7 years. We produce different brands of tequilas. There are brands of tequilas that ask us to have a different process in the aging area. That's what happens with Santanera. Tequila Santanera is the most expensive brand of tequila that we have. It costs about 4,000 pesos if we're talking about a bottle of white tequila. Okay? And more than 8,000 pesos if it's extrañejo, that was aging 3.5 years. Okay? This high price is because of 3 reasons. First reason, it is also an organic tequila. The second thing is the barrel. Look at them, they look prettier. That's because Pablo Lara, who is the owner, only uses new barrels. So after the batch is done, he replaces those barrels with different ones. And, well guys, the classical music. He took this idea of a scientific Japanese, who did his research, but with water. He played different kinds of music, and he saw how the molecular structure of the water was changed positively with the classical music. So the vibrations that this music produces affect molecularly the structure of the tequila. Same thing. And it is in movement. So it means that the wood is going to be able to absorb more product and to create more aroma, color, and flavor.
Wow.
So that's why he plays the classical music day in and day out. I mean, 24/7.
Vi aggiorno un pochino, da me e il mio amico. In questa distilleria ci sono 3 sale dove è possibile provare la tequila. Questa è la prima delle 3 e ci tocca provarla, perché non possiamo andare via senza provarla.
Right here in the cave, you're allowed to try Blanco and Robusta. Then I'll take you to the store of Tres Mujeres to finish the tour, and you will also have the last shot. It is our premium extrañejo, 5 years in 2 barrels. For us, it's really traditional to drink the cup with no fear. It means complete. So we are going to follow the same tradition because we're in Mexico, in Jalisco. But don't worry, because we have certain techniques. With this technique, you will take out the steam, the alcohol that evaporates in your organism, and you will appreciate the flavor. Okay? So don't worry.
So I'm not gonna be drunk.
No.
I don't drink.
You drink.
Mamma mia.
Breathe in, drink your tequila. Whenever you feel it, really fast, breathe out by the mouth. Okay?
Okay, breathe in with the nose. It's
With the nose. Drink and by the mouth.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You're not gonna drink?
Well, I can do
Drink,
it.
Drink with us. Drink with us.
Do it, why not? Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'll go with you, why not?
Ok. Questa è la tecnica.
No.
La tecnica.
La tecnica.
Salud.
Salud.
1, 2, 3. Come on, it was not the same strong. It was more like water inside.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn, right?
No. That's good. Yeah.
Why? Because of our organic process, but because of also the technique. Okay? It's ethanol. What you're drinking in the tequila, that's alcohol. Your body has a certain temperature. So obviously, a certain percentage of the alcohol is going to evaporate in your organism. So when you do not breathe out, that steam stays in your stomach.
So this is the reposado. So it's 10
So
months,
it
right?
goes
Basta,
See all
basta,
the top
basta.
now.
So this one is 10 months, right?
Yeah, 10 months. You look for the color to see in what oak it was. Because, for example, look at the color of this tequila. It's more yellow.
Yellow.
Well, if your tequila is yellow, it doesn't matter if it's our extrañejo that was 5 years. It means that it was aging in a French oak. It's really dark, it means that it was in American or Canadian oak. And those ones are soft flavors and really sweet flavors.
Ah, okay.
With the aged tequilas, you should keep your tequila in your mouth and pass it around 3 seconds. But listen, you should only give a sip at this time of your tequila. Don't put all of it. Just a
Okay,
medium
just a
or a sip. Let's see if you like it. Salud!
Yeah, it's stronger, I think.
Amici, tra una degustazione e l'altra vogliamo un attimo confidarci con voi. Siamo nella cappella proprio all'interno della distilleria.
Perché la nostra guida ci ha detto che qui i messicani sono molto credenti, molto cattolici, un po' come noi italiani, e quindi anche all'interno della cantina della distilleria hanno una chiesetta, e guardate come sono le panchine di questa chiesa.
Hanno letteralmente trasformato le botti di tequila in panchine. Cioè, fantastico! Ad ora siamo felicissimi di averla fatta perché pensavamo di ubriacarci al primo bicchierino, invece ne abbiamo bevuti già 3.
E stiamo bene.
Stiamo bene. La tecnica che ci ha suggerito il ragazzo è andata benissimo, quindi mi raccomando, ricordatevi: inspirare col naso, trattenere il respiro, bere una volta che la tequila è giù, soffiare fuori, quindi espirare.
E adesso andiamo a fare l'ultima degustazione, e cioè proviamo la tequila invecchiata di ben 5 anni.
Andiamo a bere l'ultimo shortino.
Salud!
Allora ragazzi, siamo stati contentissimi di aver fatto questo tour perché ci è piaciuto un sacco. Doveva durare solo un'ora, invece il ragazzo ci ha messo molto di più perché ci ha spiegato tantissimo, ha risposto a tutte le nostre domande. Abbiamo preso un bel souvenir da mettere nel nostro van con un mini sombrero e il loro asciugamanino. Detto ciò, io e Citta abbiamo anche bevuto la tequila, che solitamente non la beviamo, ma è stata buonissima, non siamo ubriachi. Quindi se passate per tequila, passate alla distilleria Le Tres Mujeres.